everybody, it's Deb here with Creative Life. Welcome back to my channel and thanks so much for being here with me today. Thank you again for subscribing to my channel, and if you can, before we get started, if you can give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. So today I have a fun craft item we're going to be doing, and this is the printer's tray, or one of the printer's tray from Clear Scraps that I'm going to go ahead and be decorating today for fall. So as we enter into November, because yeah, it's November, so we're going to be decorating for fall, right? We're going to be decorating for Thanksgiving. And so I just thought that this would be a really pretty to decorate for fall. And so I'm going to go ahead and be using some paper from Graphic 45. And the paper that I'm going to be using today is going to be the Hello Pumpkin. I absolutely love this paper. It's one of my favorite ones from Graphic 45. And I know this was, I think, out last year, but it's still one of my favorites. And so anyway, we're going to go ahead and do some really pretty sceneries on this printer tray. So let's go ahead and get started. When you get your printer tray, you'll get a large acetate piece, and then you'll get 3 frames. 2 of these frames are going to be glued together. As you see here, I'm putting glue on one of them, and I'm going to put the other one up on top. The third frame, we're going to go ahead and you can paint that, you can stain it, you can do whatever you would like with that one. And then you'll get a large back piece, and that is going to be where you put all of your papers or design, whatever you want to do, your pictures, whatever you want to do with your printer frame. Okay, so here you saw me glue both of the frames together, and now I'm just burnishing them down, making sure everything's even on the edges. And if you have any glue sticking out on the sides, you could just use a little wipey or napkin to wipe any excess glue off the sides. Okay, so now I grabbed my Rusty Hinge Distress Spray, and this is a stain spray, okay, and I just went ahead and spritz this all over the chipboard piece, and then I grabbed a napkin and I kind of rubbed everything in, so it would get kind of like an even coat on it, and I knew that everything was kind of covered on the chipboard piece. If it needed some more in certain areas, I went ahead and did that, just spritzed some more on. But my cloth was pretty wet, so I didn't really need to do that. Just set it aside to dry. Next, I went ahead and cut out all of my little pieces to adhere onto the chipboard. What I did is I just measured out the little frames inside of the frame, the big frame. So the little frame, the little areas inside of your frame, you'll just want to go ahead and measure those out, and then you can cut down all of your pieces and place them where you would like them. Next, what I did is I removed my frame and then took a pencil and then kind of marked where my papers, were, and then I kind of held them down and then placed my glue underneath. So I knew exactly like they would be stuck down in the same place where the frame was at. And that's how I did that for all of these. So, like I said, I took a pencil, just kind of marked where they would go in between those lines, and it's a perfect fit. So that's how I placed mine down. Not sure how other people have done it in the past, but that's how I did mine. So once I got all my papers on top of my large back piece, I went ahead and took some double back tape, and I went ahead and placed it on the frame. Now you can use your glue if you want to. I just didn't want the glue to seep through, and that's only because I'm going to make 2 of these little areas. Actually, it's the longer rectangle areas. I'm going to make these into shakers. And so I didn't want any glue seeping out the sides. So that's why I chose to use the double back tape. And again, you can definitely use your glue if you want to. I just used this, I think is a 1/8 inch tape or a 1/4 inch tape. So you'll just want to get one that, fits on, the little edges around each of the frame for this frame. Now, if you haven't tried one of these printer trays, there are so many things you can do with them. You can put photos in them. You can, and like do what I'm doing here, which is just making a nice little wall decor and putting some I thought putting some shaker bits inside of it would be like really fun. I don't know if anybody's done that before, but I just thought that that would be really fun. And so I just really had fun with this little project. And I want to point out, when you put your tape in the middle portion of your frame, you want to go ahead and cover the other pieces, so that way they don't overlap onto each other. But I went ahead and did place some glue on here afterwards. I decided to do that because I don't want this to come off. And since I live in a very high humid area, I figured that would secure it a little bit more. So next I went ahead and placed some of my little ephemera pieces that I had from the paper collection in here, and I knew I wanted it to be, with using this paper. This is the Graphic 45 Hello Pumpkin paper. So if you haven't seen it, I'm sure you have because it's last year's paper, but it's still one of my favorites, and I just love this paper. I don't know about you guys, but it's just one of my favorites because it's so autumny. And I don't want to say folly, but it's so autumny, right? It's got all the beautiful colors of fall, and it's just so pretty. I love it. And all the leaves and everything. And so, of course, I went ahead and did some fussy cutting for some of the things. I do have the sticker sheets, so I used some of the sticker sheets as well. And I placed, foam tape on the back to pop up some of the items in here. Now, I made these little tiny leaves, and I went ahead and I have a little tiny leaf punch, and I had some paper that I had used some dye inks on that were yellow and brown and such. And so I went ahead and punched out some leaves and then placed some foam tape on the back. And these are little pieces of foam tape. So you'll see here in a minute. I know I'm out of frame, but you'll see it in just a second. So that is what the leaves look like in that first left-hand corner area, and I think it looks so cute. And then here, I'm putting some more foam tape on some other little items. Now, some of the ephemera I cut apart to create different sceneries on, and I didn't really want to cut them apart, but I was like, okay, maybe I can get more later. So for this section here, I didn't really do a whole lot because I was like, that's just the middle part, and I really wanted it to just be kind of alone, just kind of just saying autumn days. Kind of that's where the title is of this printer frame. So I just thought that that looked really cute, and I put some leaves in there with it. And then here, I love, love, love this little pumpkin stand. And so again, I went ahead and popped this up with some foam tape. And because we have the two chipboard pieces together, it does give it kind of a lift. So you don't have to worry about like when we place the acetate piece on top, it's not going to squish anything down. So, having those two pieces of chipboard there are really nice. So here I went ahead and I was going to use this frame in here, and I just think that I just love everything about this little paper. It's just so pretty, and in this printer frame it just really did come together really nice, and it really is a fun little fall type of decor. Now, you can do something like this for Christmas as well. Use a really beautiful paper. I mean, there's lots of them out there, of course, and decorate up this printer tray with some beautiful Christmas paper and ephemera pieces. I actually thought about doing that as well, but I thought, I really don't have a lot of fall items, and I thought this would be really nice to have hanging in my house or putting up somewhere in my house. So I thought this would be really nice to have. Now that we have all the decorating done, I'm going to go ahead and add in my little shaker bits into the printer's frame. And next, I'm going to just I'm adding in a bunch of different things. I have some sequins. I've got some little leaves. I have some of these beautiful little orange like crystal pieces, and we're just going to go ahead and set those in there. I tried not to put a lot. I'm one for like overstuffing all the time. I overstuff my little shakers, and then I have issues with them getting stuck or whatever. But I tried not to go a whole lot. So I'm hoping that this is good. So once you're done putting your shaker bits inside, you want to go ahead and remove the film from that large acetate on both sides, okay? And then that will fit on there just like that. Now to get this on here, what I did is I went ahead and I placed some glue along the edges, and I just went ahead and just was really careful around the shaker areas, because I didn't want it to be too much glue so the shakers would, get stuck in the glue and all that. So I tried my best to not have it like overflow. So I love my glue, and so sometimes I have a habit of putting too much glue. So next I'm just burnishing all of the areas in, and I turned it over and I just went ahead and grabbed my little scraper, and I scraped everything in the back so it's really nice and burnished in. Next, I went ahead and grabbed this frame. This is the top frame, and we're going to go ahead and add that in there. And I went ahead and put tape on the back, and so now I'm just adding that on top of there, making sure it's stuck down and burnishing that in. Okay, so we finished this beautiful little printer's tray, and I really like how this turned out. I wanted to put some shakers in it. I wasn't sure where to put them, but I put them in the two long ones. I thought that way they would have a little bit more room just to shine, and I'm so glad I did. And then here we added some leaves and then the little pumpkin. I did pop up some items with the foam tape. I really, really like how this turned out. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial, and I will definitely go ahead and put the link down below so you can create your own painter's tray. So thank you so much for joining me, and take care, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye. Thanks for joining me today, and head on over to Clear Scraps to check out their shop. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and come join me for my live shows Friday night at 4:30 p.m. Central Time.